Hi Lovebugs, welcome back to my channel. I am Mercy Vaughn, and this is a place where we love God, we love ourselves, and we love others. We're gonna do a winter essentials video, and I know this may be like, wait, everybody else is gearing up for spring. Why are we still talking about winter? I believe it's necessary for us to still talk about winter because we're still in winter. So I'm based in Florida, and one thing about her is she's hot and she's cold. Like, baby, you don't know what you're getting. So we are still very much like in winter, and we're not in a place for us to put away our winter things, because just because like it may be hot today don't mean it's not gonna be cold tomorrow. And so we've been getting like as low as the 40s, but then as high as the 80s. So you never really know what you're gonna get. So you can't put up the winter clothes just yet. And for a lot of us, that is the case. Like where we live, if you don't live in like an extreme tropical environment, you're probably still getting some winter. So we're gonna do this winter essentials video in the format of, if I lost all of my clothes, if I lost everything, what are going to be the things that I'm like, I have to have this. So we are gonna break it up in chapters. So we're gonna start with tops. So if I had to start completely all over again, I would start with a turtleneck bodysuit. Now, I am a turtleneck girl, okay? I am a turtleneck girl. And I'm gonna say a bodysuit because it adds to the sleekness of a look. So whether you put it into a skirt, pants, be it denim or trousers, it's just going to be so sleek and it's going to come together so well. So I would start with black, a white or cream, like a tan, kind of like a beige, and a chocolate, like a good brown. Next up is a button down. Now, I'm a button down girl. I do believe that there's something about a button down. Now for me, of course, a nice classic white crisp button down is gonna eat every time. It's gonna do what needs to be done. Of course, I do like black. I do like a good black button down. I feel like it adds something different, you know, like it gives a different take on like a regular black blouse. But I got to have at least one printed button down in my wardrobe. Now, you can do whatever you want to do with this, right? Because you can go animal print like a leopard, a cheetah. You can go zebra. You can go snake. Like, I think a snake print button down could be so fire, right? Or you can go a more simple print like a stripe, a houndstooth. You can take it either way, but it adds this element of like pizzazz to your look, that it adds this point of elevation because there's a statement. So think zebra, think leopard, think snake, think stripes, houndstooth, polka dots. Like, it can really just do something to the look. Getting a printed button down, and I think that's not something. I think oftentimes we see color, like pops of color, so people will bring out the pinks and the greens and the blues and the purples and the oranges, right, when we see a good pop of color button down. But a printed button down changes the game. It will add something special to the look. Like a print, baby. And of course, you gotta have a long sleeve tee. And in this, of course, the same neutral color palette. I would start neutral for the most part. So of course, a black, a white, or a cream, a beige, or a brown, right? I would kind of like start in that family and then probably then venture out to add a little bit more color. But if I had to start over, I'm going to start, for the most part, with pretty neutral colors, right? A very easy, simplistic color palette. And so I feel like long sleeve tees is where you really get to play with the neckline. So me, I prefer a scoop neck, or I prefer a square neck. But then you can then do a V-neck, maybe, or a sweetheart neckline is maybe something that you are feeling. But it really allows you to play with the neckline. And I think that that is something so beautiful about long sleeve tees. And I think that's not something we talk about a lot, but really knowing what neckline works for you. And I believe that a long sleeve tees in general, but specifically since we're talking winter, long sleeve tees where you can really layer, you can really play with the neckline, or you can keep the neckline very simple and then layer other things on top just so you can have that thermal, that added warmth. So those are like the three kind of tops I would just have to have. And of course, neutral colors and maybe a nice print. Next up, we got bottoms. Now, I am a dark wash denim kind of girl. I've always been a dark wash denim kind of girl. And I think it also is a big thing because I do love dark. So I love black. So I feel like black pairs better with darker wash majority of the time. And so I'm a skinny jean kind of girl. I ain't even gonna hold you. I still believe in a good skinny jean. I still believe in a good slim fit. However, I do find myself branching out a bit to lean towards like more wide leg, straight leg kind of pants and denim. However, skinny jean to me is still very necessary, especially I feel in the winter when we're talking about boots. Now, I'll get into more of what those kind of boots are a little later in the video, but I think they are very good when we're talking about trying to make your pant go into a boot. You need a skinny jean or slim fit jean. Like, I don't really think there's any way around it. Now, if you want to style like more of like sneakers or heel, then I think that you can lead. That's where I would lean more towards pulling out my more wide leg jeans. But I'm gonna get a skinny or slim fit. I'm gonna get a wide leg, and I'm gonna get them in at least each shade: a dark, a medium, and a light wash. And distressing is not a need for me. I do like a simplistic distress, like, oh, I like it has one slit, or it has like slits at the knees or something like that. I realize that I am really moving away from like overly distressed denim. I am not a fan, but like very simplistic distressed denim, yeah. But for the most part, to be able to wear them to like work and church, and if I had to like start all over, I will start honestly with denim that does not have any distress in it. So baby, next up, we have the pleated skirt. I am wearing it today. That is how much I love it. I love a pleated skirt. And I find that pleated skirts are the simplest and easiest way for me to really play with texture. You can play with color. You can play with prints. Like, I just feel like pleated skirts are so versatile, especially they're really flattering. Like, I got to get me a pleated skirt. I would start with something that has some texture. So probably like I would start again with a leather one, something with the print and something with a nice color. I think would be the places that I would start. So probably like a black leather or even a brown leather. I think that would be really cute. But of course, I'm leaning more towards brown if we're being honest. And I would do something with some type of print, a pop of color, like a red, an orange, or even like the champagne. Like, I'm gonna start with a pleated skirt. If I don't buy any other skirt, I'm starting with the pleated skirt. Next one is a slip skirt. And the slip skirt which is very similar to the pleated skirt, I feel works for most body types, if not all body types. I don't think I've ever seen someone in a slip skirt that was not flattering. I don't think I've ever seen a slip skirt styled that was not flattering. Like, I don't think I've seen it, but it is something about it. Like, it is so elegant and so classy, and especially if it fits you right, it gives so feminine and so chic, and it's just something about it. Now for me, if I don't get no other color, I'm gonna get black, because I think that there is something so elegant, and even, can I go as far to even say sexy, about a black slip skirt. And a slip skirt, you think a pleated skirt is versatile, baby? A slip skirt, baby. And once again, just very, very similar to the pleated skirt, you can play with color and print, like printed slip skirts, solid slip skirts, like whether you're going like knee length, mid-axi, maxi, it's just always going to hit. And so if I had to start all over again, I would start with a black, and I would start with a printed. Like I lean more towards, I love a good animal print, but I love, like, my go-to animal print when it comes to like clothing items is like something in that cheetah and leopard family. And I don't know if it's just, you know, my inner cheetah girl having to be like a cheetah girl when we was younger. Like, something about like a good leopard and cheetah print, it's gonna do it every time. And so I would get like a black and an animal print, more than likely a like leopard or cheetah kind of print, because baby, it's going to give, it's going to eat. But there is something so beautiful about a slip skirt. Like, oh, it's so good. So lastly, for bottoms, we have trousers. So a nice, good, like, trouser slag that can be dressed up and dressed down. Like, very versatile. Great piece for those of us who work in office environments and things of that sort. Like, if you work in like business casual or business, a slack gonna do it every time for you. And I would start, of course, with black. I think that is definitely a go-to. I think it's definitely essential for me. A nice khaki or tan. I like a nice print. I would lean towards a houndstooth print trouser, and I might even consider a navy. I find myself kind of moving into navy, but if I really had to start over, I know for a fact it's going to be black, a khaki or a tan, khaki/tan, and a print that is more than likely going to be houndstooth, because there is something about a houndstooth. A houndstooth pants just do something so different. Like, I feel like it really just takes it to another level. Next up, we are doing outerwear. And so we're going to start with coats. I have to have a trench coat. I have to have a trench coat. I have to have a black one, and I have like a tan one. It's something about it. I believe that trench coats, they pull it together in a way. Like, and I think it's the like long line aspect of it, but then also like when they come with like a belt, something to kind of cinch in like your waist, it adds like a level of structure to an outfit that just takes it to another level. Like, talking about like understanding like, okay, your base layer. So if we're talking about like your top and your bottom, that's a base layer. So the way to take your outfit to the next level is really looking at outerwear, and a trench coat is a really great way to do that and add something. Like, it really does. And you can find trench coats and good outerwear in colors and prints, and so it really just adds something so special and so different to a look. And even the separation of, like, if you keep it open or you tie it, it adds something different to a look. Next up is a bomber jacket. Now, I love a good bomber jacket because I feel like they go really good with your more casual outfits. Like, if you're looking to dress down, they are a great way to add color and texture. Even some prints. I've seen some in some prints. Like, a bomber jacket, I will start with black. I don't know if I would literally like prioritize getting any other color, but I know I would definitely get black. And if I were to prioritize another color, it probably would be like a khaki or a brown if I had to get a bomber jacket. This next one is an all year round for me, but I love me a good blazer. I am a blazer girl. My blazers are really the ways that I do like my prints and my pop of color. A blazer's gonna eat every time. Now, I do have to give an honorable mention to the long line blazers because they add something too. So in my long line blazers, I would lean more towards black, but if we're doing like a regular standard kind of medium oversized kind of blazer, I would lean towards a print. While we're talking about long line, I gotta shout out cardigans. Now, I know I seen a video like over here on YouTube where they were saying how long cardigans are kind of out. Baby, they're always gonna be in for me. Like, I don't know what to tell you. They are not going anywhere for me. Like, I don't foresee them going anywhere. Long line cardigans are my favorite kind of cardigan, and I love a good cardigan, but a long line cardigan, it just adds something. And I don't know if it's, I think because I am like short, I'm 5'3", so I think like the vertical aspect of like long line cardigans and blazers and things of that sort, coats, kind of help elongate the eye. I don't know if that's like really the science behind it, but I will always go for anything long line. A coat, a blazer, a jacket, a cardigan. If it's long line, I'm more than likely going to lean towards that, especially in the winter, more than any other time. Next up is a good puffer coat. I only really lean towards my puffer coats when it's actually giving like cold for real. Like when it's giving real cold, we get in some low temperatures, that's where I lean to grab my puffer coat. So I would do a brown and a black. Those are my go-to. Adds another element to your look. So I would definitely gotta get me another one. Last up on outerwear is a sweater vest. Yo, why are you so fire? Like, bro, why are you so fire? They are so versatile, and it's about layers. Like, and I think like something about winter and layers, just they marry so well. And yes, it's the cold weather, but like it's that layering to it that added that extra element and going beyond. Next up, we have dresses, and kind of echoing the same sentiments as similar to like some of the other elements. A good turtleneck dress, like really pulling out a great turtleneck dress. I love black, I love brown. very neutral color. And even in those, what I tend to do is I dress up that very simple, basic look with the accessories, right? With the outerwear, with the bag, with the shoes, with the hat, with the all the other stuff. I dress it up to make it go to the next level. And a turtleneck dress in the winter, top tier. And the other one that I'm gonna add is a nice slip dress that even in the winter we don't have to put away some of the things that we tend to wear in the spring and summer, right? Like you can still wear some of those pieces. You just have to know how to pair it, and layering is going to be your best friend. Like you really can just make it whatever it is that you want it to be. And there's something that is so beautiful and so special about that. A slip dress, it's gonna do it every single time. And next up, we are going to talk about shoes. Baby, winter is the time that boots get to shine, okay? This is the time they get to shine. I got to have a combat boot. I'm buying black first. Like if I don't buy any other color, I'm definitely getting black. But if I had to consider another color, I would go for like a cream. Something to go with those like tans and beiges and things of that sort. Something that's a little lighter. I would go for like a cream. Combat boot is going to eat, and it adds another layer to your look. I need a flat boot. I need a flat boot. Typically it's about like what, mid calf, mid shin, knee high. I need a good flat boot that is good for those cold days, but it's not a heel, but it don't give as casual as a combat boot. And even like, because combat boots can give kind of like grunge and edgy, even if that's not the look that you're going for, like a good flat boot I feel still gives feminine and flirty. It do something for me. And so I would lean towards black, and once again either like a true chocolate brown or like a cognac color. Gotta have it because it elevates the look but still allows you to be polished and comfortable, right? Like not having to worry about heels, because not every, like I don't always want to wear heels, but if we're talking about like winter essentials, it's always gonna be a boot. Like I love a sneaker. I will always jog towards a sneaker, but we're not even gonna talk about sneakers for real in this video because to me those are year-round essentials. But like winter, a boot. Boot me please. For our last shoe wear option, we are going to do heeled boots. A heel boot to me is like a necessity. It is a way to add a little layer and pizzazz to your look. I believe that you have to have those varying lengths. And I know some people might be like, that's a little too much. But I got to have those varying lengths. Like an ankle boot is different than a knee-high boot, and a knee-high boot is different than a thigh-high boot. And even if you have those different lengths in the same color. So if you got a black ankle boot, a black knee-high boot, and a black thigh-high boot, it's going to add something different to your look. It really just is. And so I gotta have an ankle boot for sure. And I like that in like black, a brown, and a cream. And maybe a pop of color. Like, and add a little pop of color here. And then I like my knee-high or thigh-high boots. Once again, black for sure. And a print. Like something about like a knee-high and a thigh-high boot and a print. And for me, my favorite print in a boot is a snake print. And it's like something about the snake print, because snake print can be so subtle, like it can just be black and white, and then stay print can be like these vibrant colors, or even still a neutral but still gives a pop. Like it is such a versatile print to me. Like it's something about it. But gots to have you a heel boot somewhere. Gots to have me one. Last up, the last chapter of this video is going to be about accessories, but those winter accessories that I'm just like, I have to have. And granted, this next one is really not one I only use for the winter, but I do think that in the winter time is where it gets its most shine, and that is a fedora. Now, if you're not new here, then you already know I love me a good hat, okay? I am a hat girly. And a fedora? In the fall and winter, fedoras get their shine. Especially because what we deal with in Florida is like the wind as well. So being able to have something, because you're not just dealing with like cold temperatures when it gets like actual winter season and you're actually feeling some coolness, you get like the wind and the breeze. And so making sure that you have something to cover your head, and a fedora, it's effective and cute. Like, what else? What more can you ask for? It adds to the look and it keeps your head covered. Yes. Yes. If I had to start all over, I'm definitely off rip gonna give me a black one for sure. I think the next color will probably be like a brown. And I might dabble in, like, I'll get like a brown, a tan, and I might get like a pop of color. I do love like a good burgundy. I even have like a mauve pink one or something like that. Something that adds a little pop of color, so that even if you're doing a very simple look, it can still add something to it, right? Because your accessories, we talk about the outerwear being a layer. Now your accessories is your next layer. And it's going to do something so special. And even if you make those little changes to like your fedoras, like some fedoras come with like a chain or a ribbon around them, like even switching out those adds a different layer to the look. So even just getting like hat accessories is going to add something. Or taking a brooch or a pin that you already have and putting them like on your hat or something, it's going to add something special. Hats in general are a need for me all year round, but I feel like the colder months is where fedoras get the most shine in my wardrobe. Next up is scarves. I feel like scarves are really starting to get a lot more love. Not one of them infinity scarf that keep going around, but like a true scarf that you can kind of like manipulate yourself. They are so versatile. Whether you pair it with your outfit, like on your coat or around your neck, or you turn it and tie up your hair, like scarves are so versatile that like they are essential. And of course you can get like a regular like wool cashmere band. They can come really, really thick. They can come really thin. You can get them in all different colors and patterns, textures, like fabrics, like a silk scarf added to your look takes it to another level. And like, of course, our slip scarves and things like that are things that we can really use in other seasons as well. But I feel like our true like wool cotton blend scarves get the most shine in the wintertime. Whether it's you're using it as a head wrap or you're using it as a real accessory to go with like your coat and your outfit, it's gonna add something every single time. And lastly, we got stockings / boot socks. Baby, they are a need. I am not starting my wardrobe again without getting a stocking and boot socks. Like, stockings are very necessary for me when it comes to like dressing up. So wearing skirts, dresses, that's where I lean to get my stockings. Going back to like the pleated skirts, when I talk about pleated skirts, and like even if they're not maxi, how you can like style up the pleated skirts and the slip skirt with a stocking, baby, it's gonna add something so elevated to the look. Like, and they come in different colors. You can get them in different colors. They come with prints. You can get them high. You can get them low. Like, you can get you some, I think Gucci got a pair. Fendi got a pair. You can go down to Walmart and Target, CVS, Walgreens, and get you a pair. Like, they are just so good. And I had to mention that even in today's time, they are better quality. I feel like they don't run as easily, where you can really have them for a long period of time. And you can even, I'll even go a step further, and I know they have like fleece line tights and stuff that are really becoming very inclusive when it comes to like our colors and our skin tones. So having those fleece like lined leggings and things that look like it's just stockings on our skin is really good. And some boot socks. I love boot socks for more of my more casual looks, like when I'm wearing like my combat boots and things of that sort. They add another layer. It's a way to tie in maybe even a different color from another color from another part of your outfit. So you just add just so many different aspects to your look with winter accessories. Now, do with this as you will, but these are my winter essentials. Like, if I had to completely start my wardrobe all over again, these are the things that I have to have for the winter time. What are some of the things that you gotta have for the winter time? What are some of your winter essentials? Like, if your whole wardrobe got washed away, you had to have this thing or these things. Sound off in the comments, because I really do want to know. Like, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Or there's some things on your list that wasn't on mine? Please let me know. But that's it, Lovebug. Until next time, remember that I love you, God loves you, and remember to always love you too.